Good morning, YouTube. Today I'm going to talk about the scams, lowball offers, and just crazy offers that we've gotten at our dealership, NG Supercars.
So are you recording all of the nefarious activities?
For those of you that are new to the channel, my name is Dan. This is my garage, and this channel is all about the supercar ownership experience. And of course, those of you that have been watching the channel for a while know that we own a dealership, NG Supercars, and we've sold quite a few cars now. And one of the things that you get when you have a dealership, or actually just when you're selling any car, is you're going to get some interesting offers. We've gotten some really fascinating offers. Some of them are just mind-boggling. So we're going to talk about those real quick. But if you want to support us, please like, share, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell, and of course you can go check out our website, ngsupercars.com and normalguysupercar.com. There you can buy parts and services for your car. And of course today we have Mo with us. Mo, he is going to hold down the floor. What are you doing, inspecting? You checking out the car? Does it pass? Nothing going on there. All right, move on. All right, YouTube. So first thing we're talking about is some of the scams that we've seen. So if you happen to see the video from a while back, you remember we had actually a really big scammer that tried to withdraw a $40,000 check that he fraudulently made against our account. Kind of a bit unusual for all the scams that we see. And usually the scammers we see are not quite so personal. You know, we actually met that guy. He came and saw the car in person. We didn't let him test drive it because he was a kid. And, you know, well, we're not going to generally let kids go drive our expensive supercars. So he ended up creating a fraudulent check and then tried to cash it. And of course, our bank was like, no, this is not a legitimate check. So thank God that happened. That was obviously the biggest scam that we've had. But we get a lot of scams on a pretty much weekly basis at this point. And the funny thing is, the scammers aren't really innovating. They're not doing anything new. So it's the same scam over and over. So the first time you see it, you're like, oh, okay, it's a scam. Like, it takes you maybe a little bit to figure out, but once you've seen it once, you see it over and over and over again, and it's like, okay. So some of the signs that someone is trying to scam us. Number one, and this is a little bit, well, it's a little bit sexist, but it's just, look, it's just the data, okay? It's just real. If it's a woman's name looking to buy one of our cars, so far there's been exactly 0 women that have bought cars from us. I'm just saying. Okay, the data is what it is. So if you are hitting us up and you have a female name, we already have red flags. Oh, I lied. I'm sorry. I did lie. One car was actually sold to a woman. There you go. One. That's it. So we're like, 95+% dudes. We list our cars online. We list them on Facebook. We list them on various websites. And the most common scammers are on Facebook. One of the most common scams we see right now is they'll send us a message. It'll be a female's account. So some signs that they are a scammer. Number one, they don't ask any questions about the car. They just immediately say, I want to buy it. I don't know about you, but there has been not a single person that we've sold a car to who has 0 questions about the car. Like, you're spending 6+ figures with us and you don't have any questions for us? If that ever happens, someone's just like, heck yeah, I've got everything I need from you guys. I'm gonna buy it. That'd be amazing, but it doesn't happen. And then they immediately always say, I'm gonna buy it. Give me your phone number. First thing, give me your phone number. And the other fascinating thing is they'll do it with an image, not with the text. And I think that's because they know that, like, Facebook's running algorithms, and if you type in something like that, it's a concern for Facebook. Like, if you immediately like, hey, give me your number, Facebook might think it's a red flag. I don't know exactly what their end game is, but I think I've seen or I read that people are trying to like steal your Google Voice numbers somehow. Because I've had where they ask for your phone number and then they say, hey, I'm gonna send you a code. Can you give me the code to verify that you're real? Which, like, no one does that, okay? No one ever has done that. None of the people buying a real car or that are a real buyer ask us to verify our phone number or whatever. I mean, yeah, it's just stupid. Facebook is probably the source of most, like, it's the biggest pain in the ass for us because we get the most bullshit on it. Scams, super common. Pretty much every single car we've listed, we get at least between 1 and 10 scammers hit us up trying to get us to do dumb things. The classic, like, hey, I want to overpay and send me a cashier's check for the difference thing. It's like, get real. No one's overpaying for $100,000 and something car. Just no, doesn't happen. We've had people like, there's a weird shipping scam that actually happens with our other business, with the parts business, fairly frequently. People are wanting to buy, like if someone's like, hey, I want to buy 50 of whatever item, like 50 fire extinguishers. Someone asked to buy 50 fire extinguishers. No one needs 50 fire extinguishers. Anything that's like way out of bounds, obviously we start raising our awareness levels and trying to figure out, is this real or not? The most common thing though, of course, is lowball offers, which that's just part of the game. Like I'm fine like getting lowball offers. Some of them are hilarious. We try and price our cars pretty close to what we think they're actually worth and what the market wants to pay for it. So we're not really willing to negotiate a whole lot. So if we list a car for $200,000 and you come at us with an offer of like $100,000, you're wasting time. Even $150,000, you're still kind of wasting time. Oop. Sorry, Mo. Mo was licking my foot. It freaked me out. I was like, what the hell was that? Think about that. You're asking for 25% off. Nah. So the other thing to consider is we're a dealership. We do this for a living. Like if you're thinking that we're some desperate, like, I got to sell this car now because I need the money for some other thing, that's not the case. So we're not going to just like dump the car. Just a couple tips for you guys who are looking to do lowball offers. There's kind of a way to do it that doesn't piss off the seller. So first of all, sending a message and the first thing you say is, again, using $200,000 car as an example, I've got $150K cash, buy it right now. I don't care if you have cash. Cool. I mean, most of our buyers pay cash. They send us wires, or that's pretty much it. Like we don't accept cash, generally speaking, like actual physical cash. We don't want that. So what? That doesn't, like, I don't care if you have cash or a check from the bank. They're both the same to me. Like they both end up going into the account and then being used for more things. I'm not going to give you a discount just because you're paying in cash. Don't start the conversation with, here's my lowball offer, take it or leave it, or whatever. At least start showing some interest in discussing things and then get to an offer. But again, if you're going to lowball, make it a reasonable lowball. No one's going to take off 25%, generally speaking, unless they're desperate or the car is just grossly mispriced. Like that's the other case. But we're a dealership, so we generally think we know our values pretty well. Also keep in mind, like we're not marking cars up 25%. Like if we buy a car for $100,000, we're not going to try and sell it for like $150,000, some crazy thing. Like, where are we going to buy the car for that cheap? Like, we're playing the same game that everyone else is. We're buying the cars and then selling them. So if we're buying the cars, we aren't, generally speaking, getting a 25% discount on a car. I wish we had those margins. It'd be amazing, but we don't. So we can't move that much. So generally speaking, if you're asking for more than 10% off of the car, that's pretty much more than we're making on the car. So you probably aren't going to get that. I don't know why I'm giving tips to these people. They're kind of annoying. A weird part of me wants to one day just be like, yeah, I'll take that deal. Because I don't think they actually have the money. They don't, they couldn't come up with it. Okay, so weird offers, crazy offers. What have we gotten? So first of all, a couple of people have been really funny. They'll be like, yo, I'll give you a cheeseburger. Or one person was like, I'll get you a pizza. And I'm like, is it delivery or is it DiGiorno? And they're like, it's delivery. And I'm like, all right, then maybe. So just stupid things like that. Hey, at least they have a sense of humor about it. I can laugh. I get it. That's funny. Lots of people offer trades, and some of the trades are just super unusual. A lot of muscle cars get offered on trade, which the problem with that is we don't know that much about muscle cars, so we're probably not going to take a muscle car on trade because I don't know the value. I don't know how we would sell it easily. Basically, here's the thing about trades. We're not going to take a trade that we're going to have a harder time selling than the car we actually already have. Other supercars, we're very interested in trades. Other sports cars, probably interested, certainly modern sports cars, but when you talk about old classic cars, weird old cars, like strange one-off rare cars, we don't want those because we can't sell them, just like you probably can't sell them. That's why you want to trade it. We've had 2 people offer to trade in RVs. One of them was like one of those Sprinter van things. Another one was some unrestored, super rare RV that apparently is collectible, which I'm like, who collects RVs? never heard of it. Not really interested in that. We obviously took in that Harley Davidson on trade. The only reason we took that on trade is because it was a pretty desirable motorcycle, and we felt like the value was low enough that we could put it at a price that was like super low and at least get our money back. So that worked for us. Like, that's the other thing. If you're trading in a car, the value of the trade-in has to be low enough that we can either make money on it or sell it super fast. You know, let's say you're buying a $200,000 car and you've got a $100,000 trade-in that we value at $100,000. So you still pay $100,000. Just because we value at $100,000 credit does not mean that that's what the car is actually worth. That means the car is probably worth like 110 to 115. If we're doing really good, maybe it's worth 120, and then we can sell it for like 110. And that's the thing, is we want to be able to get that car, or whatever it is in the case of the Harley, out the door fast. So we need things to move fast. Time is almost, in many cases, more important to us than the total dollar amount, because the longer we tie things up, the slower, you know, like things start to get stale. It's hard to sell. People, you know, just, it's kind of weird. Like when things first hit the market, there's a lot of interest. People want to buy them, all that stuff. But after a while, it starts to kind of slow down. Oh, someone offered to trade us a house. Seriously, in Utah. We actually looked into it. So we're like, you know, hey, maybe if it's worth a lot, okay, maybe we'll take this house and trade. So yeah, basically we get a lot of strange offers and people always trying to like pull a fast one on us. So, you know, that's where like we have to do a lot of due diligence. We have to look up into doing tons of research on the cars we're buying. It's our own policy that we don't buy anything without seeing them in person, because people hide shit all the time. I see you finally settled down and got chill. Yeah, that's good. All right, YouTube. Well, there you go. There's some dumb crap that happens, and unfortunately, being in the dealership business, we get a lot of it. It's par for the course, just what happens. So, you know, you have to kind of keep an open mind. Another thing that's going on lately is people are just publicly trying to bash prices when you post prices on Facebook. I don't understand that one. Like, if you don't agree with the price, just move on. Why are you going out of your way to crap on the price? Do you think that somehow that the person's gonna be like, you know what, you're right. My price is way too high. I'm gonna lower it because you said so on Facebook. Like, no, it literally never happens. Like, if I see a price that's a stupid price, I just move on. I'm not gonna like trash the person for that. Anyway, like, share, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell. Check out our websites, NG Supercars and NormalGuySupercar.com. We do appreciate when you guys can support us. That's to do it for this video. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much for watching. We're gonna be doing a lot of car stuff, so you're gonna want to stay tuned. It's gonna be sweet. All right, Mo. Wanna go inside? Let's go. Come on. Come on. Or just sit there.